As Christians and as Tokelauans, there are good reason for us to set up our banners. When you raise a flag, you tell everyone who can see it who you are and what you stand for. When we raise our Tokelauan flag and the New Zealand flag, people who see it know what we stand for. They know that we stand for peace and the principles upon which this country was founded.
Friends and distinguished leaders of Tokelau, this ceremony is important for Tokelau and therefore for New Zealand, and we should see it as strengthening the ties that bind us together. Since the General Whānau decided in May 2008 on the flag's initial design and approved it in February 2009, the Office of the Administrator has been working closely with your government to secure the formal approval of Her Majesty the Queen for the flag to be recognised as Tokelau's official flag.
In the early 19th century, the Union Jack was lowered in Tokelau and the national flag of New Zealand was raised in its place, right in front of the Tātou Hale Tēnā i Hokahotu. The launch of the new flag and the raising of it for the first time at this ceremony marks a milestone in the history of Tokelau. This event is very significant in Tokelau's journey towards building and our combined effort to strengthen our institution of governance and unity of our communities. Hakauho is very proud to host this ceremony, particularly given that it is graced with the presence of our General Whānau delegates, Ngā Kauhea Watea, Stephanie Bamington from the Office of the Administrator, also representing the Government of New Zealand, friends of Tokelau and members of the General Whānau and the Taupulenga Hono Aliki Hokauho. It must be noted that arrangements have been made so that the Tokelau flag is being raised today, at about this time by our village in Nukunonu, Atahu, and also communities in New Zealand, Australia, Samoa, Hawaii, and the Cook Islands, so that our families outside of Tokelau can participate in this historical event. This is an additional to the raising of our flag at the forecourt of the Parliament House in New Zealand this morning, following the reading of a declaration made by the Speaker of the House this morning. Our flag will also be recognized by the Chair of the Parliamentary Flag Committee through the New Zealand High Commission in London, and a Tokelau flag will be displayed by this committee in Britain. I wish to acknowledge the hard work of the Council of the Government of Tokelau, the Committee of the National Symbol, who has been responsible for following through the process, calling for artists to submit design from concepts to the final approval of our flag. The process was long and required commitment and patience. Thank you also to the General Whānau for endorsing this design, and to our people in Tokelau, who can proudly claim ownership of this flag through thorough consultation process. Making such a decision is very difficult. The design must portray Tokelau, its values, its tradition, and recognizable as Tokelau in its design, and portrays Tokelau. I also acknowledge the support of the Government of New Zealand through the Administrator's Office in launching Tokelau's application to Her Majesty the Queen for registration of our flag. The process to get to today has been complex and arduous, and we are also so happy to have it to this point. Malo, to everyone concerned. I am indeed very humbled to be the Ulu at this momentous time in the history of Tokelau, and very honored to be able to launch the flag of Tokelau, Te Tātou Huka. Hauhetai.
Thank you.